What do you want to see from your guys this week going against another offense?
Just see them being able to adjust to different things on the fly and just going out there and competing, getting better, working on their craft, working on our techniques.
Devin Lloyd gonna go?
He's scheduled to go out there, and we'll see how he is. We'll try to continue to progress him in and what he can handle. Just want to take it cautious with him and just let him see what he can do out there.
For you as a coordinator, a rookie linebacker, possibly getting his first reps, are you excited to finally be able to see him maybe out on the field?
It was always good to see him. You saw him a little bit this spring in OTAs. You saw what he can do a little bit, but training camp and the season is a little different. The speed picks up a little bit, but he's doing a good job in the classroom and getting the mental reps, so hopefully it'll continue to carry over.
What does having him on the field do for your defense? What can he bring that's a little different?
Well, the talent you saw coming out of college, athleticism, speed, the length, he'll be able to go out there and hopefully just make plays for us.
It's something to say, you can blitz and do all those kind of things. Is he sort of a unique player in that respect at that position?
He is. He has the unique ability to be able to cover and also pressure the quarterback. We like that about him, and with his length and all the tackles he made in college, you know that he can play the run. So we just want to continue to see him go out there and find his niche and make plays for us.
Hey, Coach, I know inquiring minds want to know about Kayvon. Can you give us a scouting report of how your top pick has been?
Right now, we've been pleased with him. You see him in the run game, you see his physicality, and then you see the pass rush ability. He's able to work on his get off and continue to improve, but when you really see him when he's against a blocker and he's pushing the blocker back. He's creating a new line of scrimmage, which is something we're pleased with.
What's the key thing on the learning curve for him as you get to the end of camp and heading into the season?
It's really this game. He's played it all his life. The learning curve is just going against your new opponents. He has a veteran group in that outside linebacker room and in the D-line to be able to help him with the offensive tackles, the different sets in the league. So once he understands that, he'll just be able to let his natural ability take over.
Did you ever do joint practices when you were a player?
Yes.
Did you like them?
Yeah, I really did. Yeah, because it speeds things up, and the intensity is always going to be there because you're going against a different group. We used to go to Plattsville, the Bears, and you're in the middle of nowhere, and you go there and you're with another team, and training camp back when I played was 8 weeks long, and it was two padded practices a day, so you needed to break it up a little bit.
Do you see your defensive guys get a little bit excited to go out here against another team?
Always. Anytime you get an opportunity to go against a new running attack, new passing attack, it just gives you a barometer of where you're at right now. And we're continuing to work, trying to improve as a defense, and this is the next task for us.
You guys obviously wanted to see that first team get more reps the other night. Are you starting to see some more of that cohesiveness, chemistry, communication? Did you see that?
Well, it's still a work in progress. We've played some together, but not as much as we'd like to. But what we do in practice and what we do against our offense, it's really good work. And we're down here this week just to continue that work.
One of the first moves you guys made is obviously Foye. What was the big, would you go storming into Doug or Trent's office and say, listen, we need this guy? Why was it?
It's just like on offense. You need a signal caller that everyone looks to, that can make everybody comfortable. He does that for us on defense. He's came in, learned the system, learned the new terminology, and he's been the guy out there getting guys lined up, and he's like a security blanket. He's comfortable with the system, and he allows everybody else to go out there and be comfortable also.
Has he delivered like you thought he would?
Oh, without a doubt.
One more. You're talking about Foye as a signal caller. How's getting the call down to the field been so far through preseason for you?
Not bad. We can signal it or we can call it on the headset, and we work it every day in practice, and it's been okay. Just trying to continue to work out the bugs just in case the system does go down, but no problem so far.
How's the transition for you? I mean, this is your first year calling plays on defense, I'm assuming. How has that been for you over the past few games?
It's a learning experience. You stand beside the signal caller, and you always have your thoughts in the head. If you're an assistant coach and you say, I call this in that situation, but you never get to see how it pans out. But now I do, and just continue to learn and continue to grow, talking to other coaches, trying to get their input on what they would do. But I'm going to make it me, and we're going to roll with it that way.
Have you had to determine upstairs versus downstairs, where you want it to be during the game?
Oh, no, I really want to be down there so I can, on the field, so I can have a feel of the game, see what the guys are doing, being able to go over different adjustments when needed.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
How was the trip in?
All right. Good.
Easy enough?
Yeah, easy enough.
Same.
All right. How does it feel to get to see the offense go out there against another defense, and how does that change your evaluation?
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, anytime you get a chance to kind of test your system, schemes, all that, your players against another kind of unknown opponent is a great opportunity. You spend a little bit more time somewhat scheming. Still not a game week there, but because we do have these practices together, but you get a little bit of experimentation of we want to see if this works for us or not, and what better opportunity than running against a different scheme. And you're just exposing your guys to another defensive system. They've played against our group, obviously, Vegas, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. We've seen a lot of different defensive schemes now, and you just continue to hone in on what you want to do.
Press, you got to see Christian out there the other night. Does that start playing in your mind? Now you saw Zay a couple weeks ago and moved him around. Now you get Christian out there. I mean, can you start to see this thing coming together, at least in your mind?
Yeah, certainly. You start to see the guys in the roles you'd always kind of envision for them, and we've gotten to see it in practice. That we've had all our guys at our disposal at certain days, and been able to do that and kind of what we envision them doing. Then obviously being able to go out, call it off a game plan, and be able to see them operate and function coming out of a huddle, operating against an unknown coverage on a third down, and the chemistry that they've already created with Trevor has been fun to see.
How good was the throw to Marvin from a coach's perspective?
The throw to Marvin.
On the sideline, over
Sutton, over the top of the guy. Yeah, that was a great throw. Obviously, and that's the ability that Trevor has. You don't go first overall if you don't have some special skill set, and he obviously has that. You've seen that for a long time from him, and that's what we're excited to see, and continue to help him grow with that too.
How much is the cleanup needed on a couple of the other ones? To Kurt. I mean, are those simple? Do you guys get alarmed by any of that stuff, or is it just like
alarm? None of it is alarming at all in any way, shape, or form. We're exactly with Trevor where we'd like to be at this point in time. Now we need to continue to move forward by the time we get to week 1 with everybody as an offense, all of it. So, but we're on track. We have plenty of time. We can't afford to waste any days, but we certainly have a lot of time. So.
Speaking of Trevor, when you think about the objectives you had for him this summer, can you outline 2 or 3 areas that you really wanted to see growth?
Yeah, it was more just mastery of the system, and then developing chemistry and timing with all the new receivers. Really, a lot of guys were new that had not played with him last year, guys that we'll be expecting to, even Travis Etienne, who they obviously played together in college, but Travis wasn't available with him last year. That, and then just handling everything, breaking the huddle on time, understanding the play clock, understanding situations we're putting him in throughout practice, operating at the line of scrimmage, killing plays, changing plays, whatever that may be. And that's something you continue to see with him every single day, but that's kind of a never-ending process as a quarterback. You want to continue to master everything you can with the game.
What have you seen out of the right tackle position? I mean, Juwan and Walker sort of going at it.
Yeah, there's been, I think, a good ebb and flow of, this guy had a great day in this situation, this guy had a great day in this situation of, one day a guy does a great job in pass protection, another guy does a great job in run blocking, and you just kind of want to continue to see both of them grow and push each other along the way. And that's what we've seen so far. That's why, we're not in any rush to make a decision. We're not in any panic that we don't have the guy in the building. It's just the opportunity of really maximizing who's going to give us the best chance at that given week when we're going into this opponent, who we're playing, all that. And so the credit to those guys for the way they've prepared and pushed each other and competed with one another.
Do you factor in at all, because whoever loses that competition, I assume, would be the swing tackle, do you factor in at all that Walker has played on the left side, so perhaps he would be more suited to be able to go either way?
That's something that would kind of be down the line. We're not going to, give somebody a leg up or make somebody a backup because they're a potential better backup on the other side. We'll play the guy that gives us the best opportunity at that position. Now, if something went on there, say somebody won the job and another guy was a better backup somewhere else, well, maybe there's a rotation you have to do later on down the road if something happens. But that would be there. But for the most part, we want to play the best 5 given that week.
Where are you at on the left guard spot? Has that been Barch's job?
They're still competing as well. Tyler Shatley, we got a great opportunity to. Ben had played well. been deserved opportunities with the ones to continue his evaluation process. And then another part of that was getting Shatley a lot of center work, and that's what we were able to do last week. Just by virtue of being able to evaluate him, give Ben an opportunity to play with the ones, because there's a lot of times guys play well with the unit they're in. Competition ups as you move with the ones. You want to see if that continues. So far, he's done a great job. They're both competing really well at the position.
And will Cole factor in at that left guard spot? I know you haven't really got to see him on the field yet.
We spent about an hour with him this morning, just kind of talking through some things, and we'll see where he's at as we get out here.
James Robinson a little bit, it sounds like. Doug Peterson said that the other day. So what's the challenge for you of getting him some reps but not going too hard? Again,
it's still, we're playing with Fergie and the training staff, wherever they are. If he can take reps, we'll give him reps. We'll respond to what they say following the day. You want to see how he responds to a good heavy workload the next day, really. So it's been nice getting him in there with the ones, breaking the huddle, running some runs, getting some pass protection looks with him, catching the ball out of the backfield, and it's good to see, and that'll continue moving forward into week 1.
Russ, you obviously see TN in practice. He's looked really good all camp, but a couple of times where you've seen some of that explosiveness in the games. Do you need to see that? Do you want to see that as a coach?
Yeah.
Feel comfortable going into the regular season?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's certainly something you expected to see with him. So to see him really kind of trust his body coming off the injury and stuff, trust that he has that juice still, to see that is it's reaffirming, but as well, it's what we all expected from him. It's what he expects from himself. So he's I think right where he needs to be at this point in time.
Is there a plan for Trevor and the offense to be put in a few situations out here to kind of get a look at them in end of half kind of deals?
Yeah, there's a couple. We'll have a end of half period I think tomorrow against these guys that we'll just get a chance to call it and see how we play. And again, the cool thing about these, you get a chance to compete with somebody else, but there's still restrictions on things. We're not live in any of this. There'll be some thud periods. Tomorrow some of the pads come off and then it backs down even a little more, but we can script a bunch of red zone periods where we can script a bunch of third down periods where you're getting known work, but in kind of a somewhat of a controlled environment, which is a benefit for us.
How much can that benefit a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence for you guys to be able to say, okay, let's put him in this situation, get a look at how he processes it, and then be able to go back and review it?
A lot. I mean, the other day we had a practice, I think on Wednesday, we had 30 third down third down plays. Well, it's not really an advantageous situation for the offense, and you're going to have your losses in that. You're hoping a great day would be went 50% in a third down period. Well, the next day we came out, or we played the game on Thursday, on whatever night that was, and I think we were above 60% with the ones competing on third down. So that work that you specialize in practice carried over to a game. That was good to see. Now, you continue to do that, and that's the benefit of practice. We can put them in situations we want to see and continue to grow as an offense.
Good.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank you, guys.